What's going on, guys? Monty tuning in. Today we're going to be focusing on a new series which is going to be teaching you guys how to become financially free and not have to rely on anyone in the matrix or just anyone to get your bread up. You know, you want to become a self-reliant, self-sufficient millionaire in the future. And if you want to do that, you're going to have to be great at certain things. So one of the main things that you're going to need to be great at if you want to become your own self-made person is Photoshop. So we have Photoshop open today, and I'm going to be teaching you guys the basics. Now, why do you need to know how to use Photoshop, right? Well, there's a lot of, uses for Photoshop. Photoshop is super universal. The most important thing that I would say you could use Photoshop for is designing your own website. All right, if you want to make your own website, if you want to make your own drop shipping business, you're going to need to know how to use Photoshop because you don't want to rely on someone else to make your designs. You want to make everything by yourself. So here we have Photoshop open. This is the app that, this is the cream of the crop app. I've been using Photoshop for over 10 years. So I'm a professional. I can teach you guys everything that you need to know. And, say you want to do marketing, say you want to do ad design, say you want to do flyer design. Photoshop is what you're going to need to be efficient at to create great graphics. All right. So we're going to just kind of wing this video. I'm just going to open up. All right, so the best thing that we can do for you guys today is to grab a flyer from the internet and just recreate it so you guys know how to make things with Photoshop, right? So this is a perfect example right here. This is a little in depth. I'm not really looking for something like this. All right, guys, so we're going to recreate this right here. And one thing I love about Photoshop is that you can take things straight from the internet, just like this, and you can just drag it straight into Photoshop, and there you go. So now you have this flyer on Photoshop. Next, what you're going to want to do is press Command T, and this is going to enable you to resize the image like this, okay? And it might look blurry, but that's just for scaling purposes, because when you press Enter, it clears up, right? But as you can see, it does get a little grainy. Some people care about this, some people don't. But all in all, you have this here, right? So I press Command T, right? And that's going to enable me to resize it. Now, if you unclick this, and Photoshop is super technical. So there's all these tiny little buttons, and I like to think of it as a spaceship. Like a spaceship, it has all its buttons. So I unclick that link in the middle, and with this, you can just, now it's not locked to being a rectangle. Instead, it's more flexible. If I press Shift, though, it's going to keep it uniform. So anyway, boom. This is here, right? And this is our layers right over here. So you have this layer, and you have the background, which is the white. Rectangle. So Small Business Saturday, right? So if I want to recreate this, what I'm going to do is change the background of the layer, the background layer. We're going to double click it. All right, so let me do it again because I don't want to move too fast. Double click this layer, color overlay. And with that, I can completely change the color of the layer. Now I want it to be this exact color, right? So how am I going to do that? What we're going to do is going to click the color in the color overlay, and we're going to click on, as you can see, the background. Okay, boom. So now it's the same exact color, which is really cool. I love that feature about Photoshop. What's next? Now we're going to create a rectangle inside, just like how this one had, right? So as you can see, you have your tools over here. You know, all these different tools mean different things. If you guys want to know like all of this really quickly, I have a Photoshop masterclass in the link below, and it's a really quick class. It's only about 6 videos, about 20 minutes max each video, and that will give you the full overlay for Photoshop. It'll teach you everything you need to know so you can create graphics, make your own website, etc., etc. So back to this, right? So now we're going to create a rectangle. As you can see from the many different things you can do here, you're going to click on the rectangle, and we're going to start in this corner, and we're going to open it down to about here. Right now, it's not going to be perfect, but you're going to have to eyeball it, right? Like most people really don't acknowledge the tiny little things, but I'm still a perfectionist, so we're going to try and get this right. So I'm going to drop it here, and now you have a rectangle. All right, so you have the background, and then you have this, which we're about to make right here. So what you want to do is click on the rectangle, right? Grab that layer, and as you can see here, it says fill and stroke. So we're going to make the fill. I'm actually going to put this layer under it so it doesn't like block it out. We're going to change the fill. As you can see, there's no fill, which means that there's no inside of the layer. And we're going to click the fill and click the color, and we're just going to do the same exact thing. We're going to click this, press OK, and now the fill is the same exact color. But as you can see, we have this little rectangle border right here. So to get rid of that border, you're just going to go to the stroke, click no stroke, and there you go. Now, if you did want to, you know, keep that border, whatever, with the stroke, you click this, and it's going to change the width of the border, okay? But we're going with no stroke, no stroking, pause. And then what's next is the text, right? So you're going to click this T right here, and it's going to be horizontal. You know, you have horizontal type tool, vertical type tool. I never use vertical type tool. If I ever do, I just take the horizontal text and rotate it, and I'll show you guys how to do that as well. But we're going to do horizontal text tool, and this text here says Small Business Saturday, okay? So you're going to type in Small Business Saturday. All right, guys, this is very simple. As you can see, it's coming along. Photoshop is really complicated, I'm gonna be honest with you, but when you're comfortable with all the, you know, clicking and stuff, all where everything is, the placements, then it's really not that difficult. So as you can see, I centered the text simply by pressing this right here, and we're going to change the size to about 60. All right, and then we're going to change the font. So the fonts are over here. I have actually a pretty similar font because this is just like a trending style right now. So then we're going to highlight the text, change the color to white. Boom. All right, so now look at that, right? Small Business Saturday. It looks exactly the same. Okay. And as you can see, there's like little mini text. So actually what I'm going to do, since this stops being in the way, is I'm going to click this right here, which is the crop tool. And I'm going to open this up a little bit so you can have like a little side by side. And now our picture is wider. So now with that, I'm going to drag this over here. All right, and press Command T again, make it larger, but link this so it stays the same size. Or you can just press Shift, same thing, while you're dragging it. Just bring it out like that. Boom. Okay, so now you have the side-by-side photo, right? But yours is way clearer because we're making it here and it's not taken from the internet. So next what we can do is these two little rectangles right here. So I click this rectangle tool, no stroke again, and we're going to make the fill white this time. And to make it precise, what I'll do is, sorry guys, I have some background noise, but to make it precise, yeah, they're like working on my house right now, or whatever. We're going to click the, basically just like start from where the rectangle is and just drag it like this, right? Doing a lot of dragging today. All right, boom. Now to like finalize the shape, we're gonna press the move tool. So now it's all set. With that, we're gonna press on our keyboard shift and then left, and this just makes it move faster. As you can see, it's moving over, but you can also just click it, and it's gonna give you some lines to help it be, you know, like parallel. I think that's the word. Boom. All right, so now you have your rectangle one, and then you're just gonna right click this rectangle right here. You don't wanna click it here, it's gonna give you, you know, different options. You're gonna right click it over here where it's empty. And then you're gonna go to duplicate layer. Boom, duplicate. And now you're gonna press shift down, 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 down. And that's gonna bring it to here. Sweet, so you guys can see how, you know, we're creating this image, right? Then you're just gonna quickly create, you know, November 27th, 2021. Command all, change the font size to about 20, probably too small, you know, 40, obviously too big, 30, all right? Drag that up here, and there you go. Just change the font now to something that you like, just like this. Doesn't have to be perfect. This is an example, okay? Now you can see, and also the color. So we're gonna double click the T, so it highlights the text. Click the color right here, and we're just going to make it this right here. Look at that, guys. Magic, right? Sometimes you might have to click around to get the exact color, but this is the best thing that we're getting, so we're just gonna go with this. November 27th, whatever. Cool. It's coming together, guys. Now you're probably curious, like, oh, how do we get the stars, right? I love the internet, and I'm gonna show you why. So if you wanna get the stars and the shop, what you're gonna do is you're going to go back to Google, and you're going to just type in stars clip art, all right? Stars clip art. So whenever you're looking for shapes or whatever, you just type in the shape and then clip art after it. So as you can see, we have these stars here. You got this nice star right here. It's very simple. All you're gonna do is click the star, literally drag it over just like that, and boom, you have your star right there. Now you have the background. So to get rid of the background, I press E on my keyboard, which highlights the eraser tool. And there's different eraser tools you can use. Again, if you guys want a more in-depth, you know, analysis or just, you know, explanation on Photoshop, my class is in the link in the bio, or link below the video. You're gonna click Magic Eraser Tool. You're just gonna click the white, and then boom, the stars are gone, all right? So there's a bunch of different stars here. You got one star here. If I wanted to make it smaller and exact like this, I would just press Command T. As you can see, it's like a turning arrow. So you just click the outside and rotate it just like this. Okay. And then there's another star. So you're going to duplicate, bring it up like that. And that's, you guys can see kind of how Photoshop works. How would I get this exact color? Double click the star on the right side, color overlay, and then choose this color right here. Okay, so you guys can see it coming together, right? Perfect. Now this right here is a little bit more complex. We're going to do the same pull from the internet, but it's like, what do you type in? So I would just say storefront clip art, and it's not going to give us the exact same image, but it's going to give us something similar. So we type in storefront clip art, right? Or storefront vector. So I'll say I type in storefront vector. And look at that. Look at how similar like this is, right? So it looks exactly the same, almost. Just drag it over, all right? Make it a little bit larger, boom. And now you literally have something that looks exactly like this, almost. Literally, it's so similar. And you could even make it more alike by erasing. So I click E again, change the size of the eraser to about 12 pixels, and you can just erase. Oh, you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying, hopefully. So to get rid of the background here, you're going to do the same magic erase tool, and you're going to have to one by one click all of these little things right here. So we're just going to jump to being done. All right, guys, so we finished getting rid of all the white, and as you can see, there's this like little white line. So to get rid of that, all you're going to do is double click the layer, and then you're going to go to color overlay. And there's all these different effects, like there's drop shadow. You can create a little shadow so it looks like 3D. You know, there's stroke. That's just like an outline. You can change the size of that. But we're going to go to color overlay, and it's kind of already the same color, so you don't, really need to change it for the sake of time. And you see there's this little outline right here. All you have to do is press erase and just literally just erase the outline, okay? So Photoshop it does get pretty deep, and I kind of love that because you have this flexibility to create so many awesome things from anything. But now we have this storefront here. So with that, you just change the size so it looks the same. And, to get these triangles right here, guys, is really simple moving forward. I don't want this to be too long of a video, but it's really simple. All you do is go back to the internet, get the triangle, drag it over, right? Type in right facing triangle, and then you're going to have your text. So you're going to have stop by, order online, right? Leave us a review, tell a friend, right? You can change the size to about 15, 20, maybe 30. All right, guys, it's really that simple. And then make the alignment to the left, and just like that. So look at this, guys. And this is basically it. It really doesn't get any more deeper than this. Nothing more for you guys to learn. But if you are curious on how to get the outline star, you could just go to the internet and type in outline star, or what you can also do is click on the star, just like what I just did. And here you have the star right here. Some people rename the layers so it's a little bit less crazy, because as you can see, we're getting a lot of layers over here. So I just double tap the name, call it star 2. But if you want to get the outline star, something you can do is just duplicate the layer, press OK. And now you have an extra star, so just like that, right? Now I'll turn to an outline like that one here. Just turn it a little bit because I'm a perfectionist. All right. To get the outline, what you're going to do is you're going to stroke, right? So I did mention stroke. Click stroke. And you can see there's a little black outline now. If you can't see it, there it is right there, right? And you're going to change the outline to the color of that star, which is this right here. Boom. Photoshop does require some critical thinking skills. Like, you have to be creative when you're figuring these things out. It's kind of like math. So now you have the inside of the star, and you're like, how do I get rid of that? So to get rid of that, you're going to have to basically reset the layer, right? Because you see how you have the color overlay and the stroke. So to get rid of these things so that they don't exist anymore, you're going to have to right click. You're going to go to, there's two things you can do. You can rasterize the layer style or convert to smart object. I prefer to convert to smart object. So you're going to convert to a smart object, and there you go. Now the stroke is gone. So now you go to erase, magic background erase. It's going to click it. It's going to give you this little pop-up. Yes. and then just click the inside, and then boom, look at that. There's no more inside to the star. So there you go, guys. That's basically a quick, tutorial on Photoshop. You guys should be able to finish the rest of this, photo from this tutorial. Everything else is pretty straightforward. So now you just get rid of the extra space, and Photoshop has this snapping feature, so you can it'll snap, as you can see. Boom. Look at that, guys. We just created a flyer, and now you can put this on social media and promote yourself. So now to just finish everything off, I'm going to go to File, Save As. And these are all my little things I have going on. I've been using this stuff for a while, so I have so many stuff here. And I love that you can save it on the cloud. Photoshop has its own cloud, so it's not on your computer. These files are on the cloud, so it's not taking up space on your computer. So I'm going to go to On Your Computer and Save as JPEG, because that's what most photos are. And you just call this flyer, save, okay. And then you're going to press Finder, and you can just go right to the flyer that you just created, guys. So boom, open this up, and look at that. You have your own flyer that we just created. So I hope this tutorial helped you guys to become more familiar with Photoshop. It is pretty complicated, but at the same time, it's not. It's like a spaceship. You just press all the buttons and go to your destination in the universe. So guys, with that being said, I hope this tutorial helped, you become more familiar with Photoshop, realize it's not that complicated to use. And if this is your first time ever seeing Photoshop, I hope you now know that it's not that complicated. So with that being said, guys, peace out. My next video is going to be how to recreate a winning Shopify store so you can create a website for yourself. So next video, we're going to be creating a website. That's going to be really interesting to you. All right, guys. So with that being said, peace out. I hope you enjoyed the video. Drop a like, subscribe for the next video. It's only going to get more and more interesting. I'm going to be teaching you guys how to become self-reliant and free yourself from other people, needing other people, because the worst thing in the world is having to need other people. You want people to need you. So with that being said, guys, peace out.